uncertainty around Amari Morgan-Smith's injury. I believe he's having a scan today, according to Gary.
Yeah.
Is there money earmarked to spend in January, regardless of a good cup run?
Yeah, obviously it's really disappointing what's happened to Amari. Been a great signing, and he's going to be going for an operation next week and could be out for 10 weeks. So
that actually has.
Yeah.
That's moved on forever.
Yeah, that's moved on. So I had a conversation with Gary last night about potential striker replacements to cover that interim period between now and January. Nothing to report, no names to put forward, but it's something we're looking at. We've got a board meeting on Monday, but obviously we'll be looking at the budget and seeing how things are going.
Okay.
Because we've also got Elliot Richards.
Yeah.
Nearer to coming back than perhaps we originally thought, so that might give us some breathing space.
Yeah. What news of him do you know?
Well, he's been training now for about 6 to 8 weeks. He could be on the bench perhaps in a couple of weeks. Yeah, because I think originally we were targeting a Christmas return. It might be a little bit earlier than that. There's a bit of that.
The crux of it. Will we remain a full-time club next year if we're still in the National League?
It's. I suppose the answer is I don't know. And how do you define full time? There's lots of different models. As you talk to different chairmen in this league, many clubs say they're full time, but then once you drill down into it, they're not necessarily full time. They might train 3 days a week, 4 days a week. Clearly, it will be a massive blow financially if we don't bounce back, and we'll lose a £300,000 parachute payment. Therefore, I suppose it's a question of whether you can run a full-time team on a budget which is £300,000 less than we have now, because I can't see that we can make any cuts elsewhere at the club. We are bare bones in virtually every area now. Well, Gary's got a 2-year contract, so the answer is yes, Gary is staying next season, unless of course he decides he doesn't want to be involved at this level again, and he perhaps gets an approach from a club in the Football League. But when we appointed Gary, I think it was a real coup for the football club, and I'm sure that there will be clubs looking around for managers between now and next season, and Gary may well be in the frame for some of those jobs. But I know that he's really, really happy at Cheltenham Town. We've got a great relationship. It's his team, his squad, his management team virtually now. So I think he would like to see the job through.
Please tell me you get letters of praise and thanks to counter all the hassle you put up with.
Do I get letters?
Yes.
Very rarely, actually, do I get letters, but I often do get stopped in the street or in the supermarket. I came out of the James Bond viewing the other night, and a chap came up and shook my hand and said, "Well done, Cheltenham fan." In fact, just coming into your offices here today, James, one of your fans, one of your staff has been here as a supporter for 41 years. So it is really, really nice when people do that. We don't get occasional letters, but in the main, when I'm out in town or when I go to away games, people say you're doing a good job. So it's nice to be appreciated.
Yeah, but sometimes as a football chairman, you just have to put up with the bad, do you?
I think I've had a pretty good run. I haven't suffered abuse, and I've heard awful stories from some chairmen who've suffered verbal and other sorts of abuse, but I've been very fortunate. But then I think we've been pretty successful. From the football club's perspective, it is the opportunity it gives us to generate revenue going forward. Of itself, it is not a revenue generator. But if having a new access off Presby Road enabled us to redevelop that end of the site into something which is revenue generating, such as student accommodation, such as a creche and a gym, such as office accommodation, whatever it might be, then that is that opportunity. And we really don't have that opportunity the way we operate now with an access off Borden Road. We just can't do anything. So there's highway grounds, but also, if we did have that Cape Bridge Place area, we can do something holistically for the benefit of the football club, but also the town. And what's so important about our town is land is very finite. Yeah. So we need to make the best use, and the council needs to make the best use of its assets. And if you take it holistically, the best thing we can do here is do the land swap, and then enable us to do something more which guarantees the stadium going forward. How
sort of crucial a decision are you looking at upon it?
I think it's It would be hugely disappointing if it didn't happen, because it's one of those one-off opportunities. If the council decide it doesn't want to do the land swap, then we will be forever stuck with the access we have off the Wadham Road, and it will mean probably we'll never be able to develop the old main stand.